What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Balls, Sticks, and Fist. It's your favorite show without an intro, and we are live on this Monday, November 4th, the eve before the election. We are live here. How you doing today?
Pretty terrible.
Oh, I'm your host Keaton, joined by my co-host Sam. By the way, yeah.
Just tough loss. Same loss
Dude,
every year.
I'll be completely honest. This weekend was like my detox of football for a little bit. I uh, I took like a little break from the 3:30 slate, and I just watched The Sopranos.
You were drained after the Ohio State game.
Well, the problem was I was completely exhausted from the night before that. I was binging The Sopranos until about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then woke up at like 8, and then game, and then I was like, dude, I'm gonna try and get a quick nap in. Turn on The Sopranos. Can't nap during The Sopranos. Watch that all the way till the Pitt game, and then the Pitt game was on, and then I was like, bro, this is the worst shit ever. Um,
Yeah, that was an awful game.
I mean, dude, I never listened to Narduzzi's post game presser or like today's presser at all.
He's probably just like talking about Penn State losing. Like they're scared
No,
to
he
play
said
us.
no. He talked. I just seen a couple quotes on Twitter. He talked about he was miserable until he came in on Sunday to look ahead to Virginia, sticking with Eli. And he was like insulted that the reporter like asked about like a quarterback change. Uh,
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like wild to ask.
I mean, but it's and then he said that he thinks teams are just gonna play Eli cover three looks and just confuse them because basically that's what Cal did. They didn't blitz and they just dropped everyone.
I mean
Um,
the offense wasn't good, but that defense was just getting gashed.
I mean, the defense looked terrible. Like the first drive, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those type of games."
Yeah.
Once battle, like totally did not finish a tackle. Like, dude just starts running for 40 yards. I think they had,
After like when the dude like took it reversed and then hurdled the guy, I was like, this is over.
yeah, that's like one of those plays where you're like, yeah, it's just not gonna go that the way
Yeah.
the other way at all. I mean, like, and the thing is, R.J. Maryland, one of SMU's like top targets, that tight end who really good. He's out for the season. So
Yeah, he
they were missing their top tight end target. Then they were missing their second leading receiver. He was out for the game. And then they just had dogs. Like they got a makeshift wide receiver at running back who was just gashing the.
dude, that 70-yard touchdown, I don't think he was even touched.
No, Donovan like touched his shoes diving for him. But yeah, hey, it's all good. Pitt Clemson noon game now after Clemson got their shit rocked. I'm
Yeah,
just
that
gl-
was crazy. That game was crazy.
I'm just glad I didn't go to Dallas for that SMU game.
Yeah, that
But
would have been brutal.
it was raining all day before the game, and then
Dude, I swear they must have like recorded the pregame like 2 hours before the game started.
for the
Cause I
pick.
was looking, I was looking at the crowd. I was like, there's like 10 people there.
Bro, that's that ACC network production, dude.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Did you see that too? It was like 10 people in the crowd.
Yeah, and then they, well,
And then it
yeah,
was full. I was like, I was gonna text you. Are they playing in a high school stadium?
it was full. They had Bryson DeChambeau out there flexing the U.S. Open and stuff. I mean, dude, SMU. All right, let's be structured here. All right, let's start with Pitt SMU. SMU, I mean, I said it in the preseason, so like this isn't me. This isn't me like just flipping the ship or anything. SMU's they got I think they got some real tread on the tires to make a run for this ACC championship.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I think they're gonna be in the game now.
I mean, yeah, undefeated in conference play right now, and I think their toughest like they got past Pitt. I don't
They
think
play Virginia. Let me check. I was just on it. Virginia. Who else is in? I mean, it's really nobody good. But since Clemson lost, I mean,
I know. It's like they really control their destiny for the championship game. And dude, so a little.
Cal and Boston College in Virginia,
I mean, all
and Cal's at home.
winnable.
Yeah.
Uh, so SMU's head coach, I didn't know this. I probably should have known this if I wasn't such a casual. And sometimes, SMU's head coach is Miami's old offensive coordinator, which I had no idea about.
Miami, like Florida.
Hurricanes, yeah. So he was the offensive coordinator when Pitt played them in 2021, and Miami came to Pitt and just like toasted Pitt's defense.
I think I was there. No, I wasn't there.
I was there because I was there. And
Oh, Rhett Lashley. Okay, I
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean, their offense looked like totally different from last week.
I don't. It was like quick and like pressure
Maybe
was.
Duke isn't that bad. Like Manny Diaz is having them boys play.
Yes. Quick side note, and then we'll get back to Pitt SMU. I mean, dude, Malik Murphy was slinging that rock against Miami. Oh, I guess you were you. Oh, I guess you were at the game, so you.
I wasn't able to watch, but I seen the highlights.
Yeah, dude, they were slinging. Dude, it was like a dogfight. I mean, Miami went up 14 nothing quick, and then it looked like they were about to go up 21 nothing. I look up at the big screen and I'm watching, and then I look back down and it's 14-14. I was like, dude, what the hell just happened? And dude, Cam Ward threw one of the worst picks I've seen him throw.
Like the Joyce McCow one. There's no
Dude,
way.
no, I swear this one was worse. I wish I could share my. Next time, I think I can share my screen on here.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to mess it up. But here, I'll pull it up on my phone. Dude, this one might be. Let's see if you're gonna be able to see it.
I kind of see it. Oh, where'd they go? Jesus.
I mean, dude, there might just need to be a compilation of like his word, like his when he throws an interception, it's like bad. Like it's
I
not.
know it's like he's the worst player, like worst quarterback in America.
Yeah, it's not like a mystery, like a quick hitter, like or like an out cutting route that the DB
Just
he leaves
jumps.
it. Yeah, it's like he's like scrambling around like 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage, going like to the boundary and then like throwing it completely across his body.
Yeah, he just chucks it up to the middle.
I've seen him do that same exact play at least like 4 times in like some sort of fashion.
He's done it like 4 times this year.
Yeah, I know. All right, back to Pitt. SMU. Jennings looked good. SMU's receivers looked good. Their run game looked good. Their defense looked good. I mean, it was a complete game by them.
Yeah, I mean, I only watched to the end of the first half.
I mean, it was bad. I mean, I wish in college you could get the all 22 because I would love to see like Pitt's offense like the past couple weeks. Just from like so I could see like the receivers routes and stuff and see what they're running because like on the TV.
I wonder why they don't do that like in all 22 for college.
I think it's I forget. I searched it up because I was literally like trying everything in my power to try and like find like something.
Yeah.
Because on the TV copy you can't see anything like
you can't see it develop. You just watch it like a fan.
Yeah, so because the past couple weeks it's like been brutal on Pitt's offense, and that's because Pitt's offensive line, which I think we've mentioned, isn't very good. Like this is like a reload year on the offensive line.
They're not good in the trenches like either way.
Yeah, so I mean. So what teams have been doing is they don't have to send any extra rushers. They just send their stock 4, drop everyone, take away his first read, and then Eli's go-to thing. If that first guy isn't there,
He throws a
It's
pick.
no, no. That first, if that first guy isn't there, then he tries to rush up the middle. But the D line's just kind of like they're staying
Yeah.
disciplined in their rush lanes and stuff, so it's easy to bottle him up. And when that gets taken away, then he looks for Dez like out in like the check down, and then it's just offense hasn't looked fluent at all.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really good the first like 3 weeks,
Yeah,
and then
but well,
they haven't scored.
Cincinnati like stifled them for 2.5, like a whole half, and then most of
Well, they just hit like like that offense is all about explosives. And
Yeah,
if you're not hitting like the massive explosives, like you're not really gonna do anything.
I'll be honest, dude. I haven't really been a fan of the offensive play call in the past couple weeks.
Like the play calling or just the style of the offense.
Play calling, how they develops. Because all right, so when you go fast, this is what I like discovered whenever Heupel like really boosted onto the scene because everyone was breaking down his offense.
Yeah,
So the receiver, like the play calls are like one word play calls, and then the route tree for the receivers are basically all the same. Like on those, and then they have like things where that receiver's really not running a route. Like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just
You're
running
just like a
like a
decoy, basically.
decoy because like it's like all about the tempo, and
Yeah,
then so it's like I just haven't really been a fan of it because it's I don't know. I feel like it's kind of easy to take away once you're playing these upper echelon teams,
and they also don't have
and
like
they don't
the
have the
Tennessee
yeah,
athletes
they don't
to
have the
do it.
athletes to like run it. So it's like
Yeah,
I just haven't really been a fan of it lately because the run game's like bad too. Like that third and one, like on those third and ones, it's going to Dez up the middle, and it's like they get no push up front, and he's just like stacked at like the line of scrimmage or behind.
he's also like a super small guy.
Yeah, I know, but like it's if you watch those like run concepts out of shock, it just looks weird. It's like all like slow developing now. It's like I'm watching fucking like Wake Forest.
Like,
Dude, honestly, like that's what it feels like.
would you
Cause
rather have the last year's Pitt offense back?
no, I'm not complaining. All right, see, look, here's the thing though. Like I'm not complaining by any means, because no one expected Pitt to be sitting here, whatever the fuck they are, 6-1, 7-1.
Yeah, but you did.
That is, see, look, that that's funny you say that because I actually did. I was one of the few people who actually put that analysis out on the Pitt football program of this, but I didn't expect this like mid-year slump hearsay.
Versus like the teams you figured they would have like more success against.
They were just like I expected them to at least put up some points. Like they really didn't score a touchdown until it was like I would say garbage
It
time.
was like garbage time, yeah.
It was bad. Like from top to bottom, there wasn't one performing group that like performed. Like special teams sucked.
Yeah, he missed a kick for the first time I've seen.
Yeah, he met. Well, not even that. Like the punter, dude. He averaged 25 yards a
Oh
punt.
yeah, that one I saw the one punt was real bad.
All of them were bad. He actually averaged 25 yards a punt. The whole. I don't know. Like if they just expected like they were just gonna show up and SMU was like some like group of five like team that they were just gonna like show up and win.
Yeah.
But SMU's got talent. They're built. They're built for ACC play, in my opinion. Especially because, like I've been saying, they got money behind them. They got resources, and they're not built like a regular like group of five team. Like
Yeah, they're not like a Tulane.
yeah, like they're actually built for this type of play.
I mean, them versus Miami, if it does happen, is like
I think that
basically
Urber's gonna.
just who has the ball last.
I think that Urber's gonna be set at like 68 or 70.
I don't understand how Maryland or Miami's defense is so bad.
But they like, dude, I'm talking like Malik wasn't like checking down and it was yards after catch. He was like, it was downfield shots. Like,
But it's like they have like the players. I don't know. It's
well,
really
dude,
weird.
sometimes like it doesn't matter about the players. It's all about the scheme.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I watched Michael Penix throw 500 yards against against Ohio State at Indiana with Sean
Yeah.
Wade, Denzel Burke, uh, whoever else was there.
Was Okuda there? No, that was the
No,
year after.
yeah. But it's sometimes scheme and coaching, especially like these younger like teams. Like I feel like sometimes there's just an expectation like players are just gonna come in and play.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, at some point, you're just like, how do you give up like 50 yards every play? And that's literally like what Miami does. Like, that Louisville game was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was more also Louisville's defense was also bad. Like this. All right, let's. All right, let me wrap up this Pitt talk real quick. Pitt has Virginia, Clemson, Louisville, Boston College left. What do you think Pitt finishes?
2-2.
So 9-3.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's a successful year.
Yeah. Um.
You don't think it is?
I mean, it all depends what you feel success is.
They just had 3 wins.
Yeah, but like that was an anomaly in my opinion. Like I feel like that's like the biggest like what is it like? I think that was so skewed and that team was bad. Like I am telling you, that might have been one of the worst like football. Well, besides this Florida State team, Florida State's pretty bad, and they're probably only gonna finish with 2.
Yeah,
wins.
but you go from 3 wins to 9?
Yeah, but they had 9 before the 3, and then they had 10 before the 9.
Yeah, they had 9 before the 3. Like, was that a bowl game, too? They won, though? You're counting the 9.
No, that was regular season.
Oh, it was?
They went 9-3.
I thought Slovis got hurt and it kind of, like, went shit.
It went shit, and they went 2022 Pitt. They went 9-3. I'll pull it up right here. They okay. So 2022, they opened up against West Virginia. They lost against Tennessee in overtime. Should have won that game. That Narduzzi got Slovis killed that game. Right before half, he ran
the Hail Mary, yeah.
He ran a bootleg and that game plan I'll never understand.
Wasn't it a Hail Mary?
No, bro. They were on their own 20.
Oh.
Bro,
I thought it was a Hail Mary.
No. They literally just got the ball back and they should have just kneeled it down. And that game, I'll still never understand because Tennessee were sending more rushers than Pitt could block, but they kept on motioning out the running back. Like the running back wasn't staying in for pass pro at all. Like so I'm like from the student section, like you're like behind in like the end zone. So like I'm just watching like the Tennessee linebackers shoot these holes and have like free shots on Slovis. I'm like, dude, what are we doing here? Beat Western Michigan, Rhode Island. So that's 1, 2, 3 regular season wins. Lost to Georgia Tech in the rain. That was bad. So now you're sitting at whatever. That's 2 losses.
3-2.
3. Okay, hold on. My math isn't mathing right now. Hold
Dude,
on.
just count the wins. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So I had it because there's a bunch of dates mixed up. Man, they beat the brakes off Miami that year though. 46-16. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on.
7 wins?
Hold on,
Dude, I'll look it up. You're the only person in the world who couldn't look up a schedule.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. All right, you're right. They were 8-4, whatever. 8 wins, 4 losses in the regular season.
Okay, so they did have 8 wins in the regular season?
Yeah, they finished with 9 overall.
Yeah. Was that the UCLA bowl game?
Yeah. All
Oh
right.
wow, they won 4 games down the year.
All right. So 9. Yeah, I mean 9. I mean it's just. Uh, yes. Yes.
You could have a 10-win season if you win a bowl game.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
What do you expect from Pitt?
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah. Well, it's all good. All right. Let's just get into. All right. Hold on. ESPN.
What, Penn State, Pitt, or Ohio State?
Oh yeah. You want to talk about that?
I mean, it's the noon game.
All right. I guess we'll talk about that. All right. In your eyes, when you're watching it from the stands and you're seeing the flow of the game, because I told you.
After Ennis scored the touchdown, I was like, oh, this game's over.
Yeah, I kind of like. And by the way, I mean, Ryan Day must be listening. Did everything I asked him to do.
Yeah, and I watched them sub the defensive line the entire game. I was so pissed.
Dude, I was like, oh my god, look, we got fresh bodies on the defensive line. We got 4 new receivers in on that touchdown. Like
we couldn't even run the ball. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, it was terrible.
Yeah, what was the rush stats? It was held to.
They both averaged 2 yards a carry. I mean, we had 130 yards rushing because of Tyler Warren.
I mean, Warren was but between Allen and Singleton,
there was like 40 combined.
Yeah, I mean Warren. I mean, they might as well just gave him the rock every single play.
I don't understand why you take him out for the goal line.
It's the term of you get high off your own supply. No, I'm being dead serious. You see, whenever they did against USC, and it was like, oh my god, dude, fucking, they put an offensive lineman in motion. He cracked his defensive end, and then you do it 3 straight times, and I mean the interior.
But if Drew keeps one of them, if he just pulls it, there's nobody there. He walks in.
Yeah, I mean the interior just got so much push on all 3 of those.
Oh, it was so bad. Like, I mean, after that pick 6, I was like, wow, they're really gonna win this game.
By the way, that was I saw. As soon as I saw that play, I saw it from a fucking mile away on the TV. Just like the whole setup of like motioning him out like wide and then like bring. I was like, oh.
I mean, he stared him down the whole way.
Yeah, I know. It was from like and
I mean,
against
Ohio State really didn't even do anything on offense, really. Like the rushing stats are skewed from the last drive. They ran it for like 60 yards the last drive.
Yeah, but offensively, I felt like they could have, like, Will throws a pick 6, Will fumbles through the end zone.
Yeah, but then I can say we ran it 4 times in the back of the offensive lineman and threw a pick on the 3-yard line.
Yeah. I just felt like, in my opinion, while watching the game, I felt like OSU, after the pick 6, was, like, basically in charge of the game.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it was a mixture of, like, some unfortunate calls and then just unfortunate plays. Like, that was a good pick, I guess, but, like, I don't know, it was just very fortunate, Like, it literally, Harrison Wallace had the ball in his hands and, like, just, like, tipped it to him.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Roman Wilson interception last year that didn't get called an interception.
Yeah, but Roman Wilson had possession.
Yeah, hearsay, but
like Harrison Wallace never actually caught.
Yeah. I mean, OSU's defense been lacking that turnover, and they finally got one in a big game.
Well, what also we didn't have a matchup for. I mean, at least watching it from the game, it just looked like Downs was all over Warren.
Yeah, he followed.
So he
Downs.
wasn't. Yeah, he was. They just went mad on the outside, and Warren couldn't get any separation.
Yeah, Downs literally followed Warren everywhere. Besides on, I think, one pass play on that out that they got to Tyler, fucking Ransom was on them.
Like along the sidelines.
Yeah, on that quick little out, Ransom was on him on that. Um, but for the most part, I mean, dude, Caleb Downs is like one of the best players I think I've ever watched.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Like his tackling ability, like it was either Singleton or yeah, I think it was Singleton. He had like a shoelace tackle on him, or else that probably turns into a first down. Like
I mean,
he flies around.
they were like somebody was saying, how's your running back leading receiver? I mean, they were playing man, and they were just like flashing him out, and he was wide open. It was like a free 8 yards.
Yeah.
I don't know. It still can't win any one-on-ones outside. I mean, Harrison Wallace is the only one who has any type of capability that actually win a one-on-one
Who's your receivers
versus a good
coach?
team.
Is he new?
forget
Is
his
he
name.
new or has he been there?
I'm pretty sure he's been there.
I mean, dude, just the lack of like recruiting that side, like that position group's kind of.
Like I don't know. They had like that. Caden Saunders was a 5-star out of Ohio.
Yeah.
He's been hurt all year, I guess, but he wouldn't have played anyways. It's so weird. Cause I mean, Penn State went through that like Chris Godwin, Deshaun Hamilton, then like KJ Hamler, Jahan Dotson, Parker Washington. Like those are all really good receivers. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. What else from this game? I mean, I think Chip Kelly probably called his best game that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have just let Will like sling it, they would have lost.
I mean, they moved the pocket basically every single time, besides if it was third and long. You could tell that
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't want to be anywhere like 3rd and 5 and above. They really wanted to shrink that. Junkins ran hard. Travion had a mean block on that Will Howard fumble.
I don't even remember it.
He blasted that. It was either a DB or a linebacker, but he fucking launched into him. You could literally hear it on the TV. Junkins also had a mean block on that game sealing drive. But yeah, I mean, it was a great game called by Chip, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I left before that last drive even really started.
Really?
As soon as they, well, no. After they got like the first couple first downs, I just left.
I mean, I was totally wrong about Ohio State and Ryan Day.
Yeah, I know. I hate you for giving me so much confidence.
Ryan Day, I just wanna apologize, and offensive line, I think they finally found their mixture, and it just took a couple injuries.
I'll tell you another thing that Dennis Sutton being out too really hurt because they didn't have that other beast alongside Abdul on the other side.
Yeah.
And this was also the first game where you really noticed KJ Winston being hurt
Yeah.
for Penn State.
What's
The back end just kind of like was getting lost in man coverage and in zone sometimes.
I mean, what's your thoughts on James here?
I mean, you can't really fire him because like if you still go to the playoff, win a playoff game, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. How about this little stat bit? There's only been so Kolnicki, his offense has been shut out twice, I think. Like in terms of no touchdowns, and
Yeah.
they've both been Jim Knowles' defenses. When he was
Really?
when he was at Kansas, Oklahoma State shut no touchdowns, and then this one no touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this game is, they played it so many times. No matter who's so good and so bad, like this game's always going to be pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Penn State, you got to get some offensive points on the board because you're not going to win any big game, like any
I mean,
game.
you have 2 drives within like the 3 yard line, and you have no points to show for it.
Yeah,
Like if you score there, when you get the like, you just run Tyler Warren, he scores. It's a tie ball game with 4 minutes left. Anything
yeah,
could happen at that point.
yeah. Dude, I feel like it was deja vu watching Will Howard run that QB run to the left. Literally just like snap and I was like, oh my god, this is like a blast from the past that I'm watching.
Urban called for 15 to 20 runs or whatever.
Yeah. I think he finished with 14 or
13.
15 or something.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
finished with something like right around that mark, but
Yeah.
because it literally never made sense, like why he. Because that was like the first time really like running like that. Those type
I
of
mean, because he's not a real good passer.
I mean, dude, he had Cardinal Tate so wide open. So
He had JSN too, or not. I said Jeremiah Smith. He just dropped it.
well, yeah, he stopped running.
Yeah, it was weird. Like that ball hung up there for like 5 seconds. It felt like.
But the Cardinal Tate one was bad, bro, because it wasn't catchable. He let him out of bounds, and there wasn't even a corner.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't a corner within 10 to 15 yards of him because the corner slipped on the play,
Yeah.
and he was wide open. Like I said, though, Will Howard's like deep, like vertical passing game is just like horrendous.
I also think that just is like the worst matchup on both sides of the ball for Penn State.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we love going man and bringing the pressure, and what do you guys have? Really good wide receivers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on the defense, like, we don't have the weapons outside, like, but we like to get Tyler Warren the ball, and Caleb Downs is on him. He's not gonna get the fucking ball.
I mean, dude, dude, Caleb Downs is just like, he's just great to watch, and like
Yeah.
stat wise, like he's not putting up like obviously like the numbers he did at Bama. But
Yeah, just because like he has more like I don't know.
yeah, it's different schemes and stuff, and I never want I never want the safety leading the team in tackles, anyways.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that's bad. Like what is it like? Did Minka lead the Steelers?
Yeah,
It's like
I
I don't
was
know.
just gonna say that everybody was like, "He's a great tackler." I'm like, that's not like a good stat.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's like if your safety's like that means it's getting past like everyone else,
Yeah, and he's
Or-
tackle him after 8 yards, probably.
or you're just putting your safety in the box and using him as an extra number
Yeah.
in the box. But so Penn State, they have Washington up next.
Washington, Purdue, Minnesota, and Maryland. The only one that can be tricky, I think, is at Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's kind of buzzing, no?
Yeah, they are.
PJ Flex, bro, and
I was waiting for it.
he's rolling that.
If they didn't like completely botch that game versus North Carolina, I mean, we'd be talking about them like 2-loss team.
Yeah, I know. I mean, dude, what? Why is it showing up so weird? Here we go. All right, it was showing up at first that it wasn't showing any of their game results besides their last game against USC like fucking 4 weeks ago. Yeah. All right. Honest question. What do you think PJ Flex's favorite exercise is?
Jumping jacks.
It's definitely the rowing machine.
I,
It's definitely the rowing.
I said jumping jacks. I was just thinking of something like
Rolling right now. All right, let's go. Is there any? Okay, let's talk about this game real quick, and then one more game. Then we're going to talk about playoff real quick. Clemson, Louisville. It turns out that Clemson isn't who we thought they were. They were against the bottom feeders, and I was a great ride with the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, they still don't really have anybody that can win outside and make big plays.
Yeah, they're.
Like Klubnik, I think is really good. Like even watching that game, I mean, he was doing everything that he could.
Yeah, I really did not watch the game, if I'm being completely honest.
I'm just taking it off after. Do you just turn all the TVs off after Pitt won or lost?
I was like, dude, this. I was like, alright, it's time. It's time for. It's time
I
for
was
the.
kind of locked in on the Tennessee game. Like I don't know what's wrong with that team, but they're in a dogfight every week
You know why?
because they suck.
It's easy to take away a team's offense when they only run 3 routes.
But when they play the shitty teams and just run past you, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the greatest team in the world.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Josh Heupel's offense against a bottom feed against like a slow team. Oh my god, bro! Bro, like, dude, he got like, has Jalen Hyatt played any NFL downs on the Giants?
He can't catch. Like he can just run straight.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Remember that one clip came out of like the scout like saying that he can't run routes or something to his face, saying that he could only run vertical.
Run a go about. I mean, he really wasn't like totally wrong.
I mean, I'm disappointed, man, that I missed out on plus money South Carolina. Zeller,
Yeah, I texted you after like they tied it up. What did I say? South Carolina just could never pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, they're developing. They're young too.
We were just out on Beaver Bowl 2 weeks ago, bro.
The thing about Beamer Ball is it's like this, then it's like this, then he brings you back up. Like that's the definition of Beamer Ball.
It's James Franklin.
Well, James Franklin's more like this, and then it's like
a total crash.
Then it's like it's not like all the way down. Like he only loses.
Last year I was all the way down. After that Michigan, we couldn't even get a first down.
I honestly forgot about that game. That Michigan literally did not throw the ball at all in the second half.
We lost by 4 points. It felt like we were down by 40. Maybe not 4, but they were only down like a possession the entire game. They just ran it.
Yeah,
I think times.
I think Penn State had like the ball with a chance to like do something, and then
nothing happened.
Yeah.
I mean, even after that first drive in that Penn State game, like it just felt like it was so hard to drive like 50 yards. You know what I mean? That's when you know it's like. That's when I knew the offense was gonna like have a long day.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of just like getting like first downs of like, oh, 4-yard pass to the running back. You know what I mean? It just wasn't.
Drew was using his legs a lot on that first drive.
Yeah. I mean, what you needed to, because when you run man, you beat man by running.
Which Raiola showed that against Ohio State last week, because Raiola's not a runner at all, and he was getting some chunk plays with his legs.
But also, I mean, Ohio State was supposed to be the best team in the country, so you lose by a possession where you had a puncher's chance in the end to win the game. Like, is there really a reason to be like that mad about it?
I think Ohio State wins the national championship now. I'm just throwing it out there.
I can't wait till Indiana loses this week against Michigan, and then Indiana beats you guys, and then we're in the Big Ten championship.
What's that saying? 1 week at a time. Dude, Indiana's like 14.5-point favorites this weekend. I will not be.
I kind of like Michigan. I don't know.
I love that Sharon Moore is Michigan's head coach now, because he is the most incompetent motherfucker to run the ship. Like, you just see, like, he thinks he's like this some mastermind. Like anytime there's like a must need like first down, like they like throw one of their trick plays, it doesn't work. Like, all right, dude's notorious for against Ohio State. He ran like 2 trick plays in back-to-back years. So now he thinks like in any game he could just run a trick play.
OT pass, like you actually pass with your quarterback, wasn't that one of them? Or was that Haskins who threw a pass? It was
Morgan to. Are you? Oh, you talking about against Ohio State?
It was like Loveland, wasn't it Loveland? Or Mullings threw a pass.
Who you talk like this week or against Ohio State?
against Ohio State.
It was fucking. It was Edwards.
Mullins, right? It was.
They ran that with Edwards. They ran
It
that
was like a
same.
paw pass, right?
Oh, that well, they've done that one, but they also did the toss to Edwards and then the vertical, which they've run like in like three, which they test. But Jerome thinks he's like this like mastermind. It's like a 4th and 5. He has like Siraj Morgan or whatever his name is throw a pass to Alex.
Samaj Morgan.
Throw. What's his name?
Samaj Morgan.
Yeah, he throws a pass to Alex Orji in the corner of the end zone. He's done the flea flicker like 8 times this season at least.
What? I don't even know. Like a trick play for them is having Orgy throw the ball. That's a trick play.
It's just funny, dude. They're just like the most incompetent team out there. You have players on punt line up over the long snapper. You got,
But they have like what, 3 first-round picks?
yeah. Will Johnson's not going to play another down this year. He's been
You
out.
think he's just checked out?
He's been out the past 2 weeks.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't even noticed because obviously didn't watch this week, but
Yeah, it's funny stuff. So we kind of been all over the place this episode. I truly don't know what we've talked about and what we haven't talked about. But what I know
we talked about the only games that mattered.
what I know for sure we haven't talked about is gambling. And I went 2-1, but it feels like I lost 0-3.
Why?
Because I did a multi-unit play on Pitt money line plus 235. So basically I lost. I mean, dude, before I was like, dude, 7.5 points.
Against a team who almost lost to Duke?
7.5 points, bro. Plus 235 on the money line. Is this like the freest? Like, why is it? Why is it this? When I found out about 3 minutes into the game why it was that, and I realized, shit, I am.
Yeah,
not-
I said I was only going to have one play. I ended up taking Texas Tech Live, then SMU.
Oh, you took SMU?
Yeah. Pitt fans were talking shit to me, so I was like, yeah, they're going to get their ass beat today.
Fair, and they did. So I had 3 plays. OSU minus 3.5. Indiana minus 7.5. I thought, dude, Indiana fell behind 10-0 quick, and ended up.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that. At Beaver Stadium actually did like upgrade their Wi-Fi kind of. Like I can get some reception in the stadium.
Yeah, at first, my message didn't go through at all.
Oh yeah, like the first half, like I didn't get anything, but I did the second half.
Yeah. OSU minus 3.5. Pitt money line loss. Indiana minus 7.5. I moved to 41-26 on the season. Sam moves to 33, 35, and 2.
All right, just one play.
Yeah. So playoff rankings come out tomorrow. How far down do you think Indiana is, and how many one-loss teams are ahead of Indiana?
I bet Penn State's ahead of Indiana.
And I saw something on Twitter. I bookmarked a lot of stuff on Twitter that I wanted to talk about that I totally forgot to put in here.
Probably Texas too.
Yeah. Ohio State.
I don't know how you put or Georgia, but I don't know how you put like Tennessee. Like the AP has Tennessee ahead of them.
Yeah. So Heather Dinich on XM saying she believes the committee is going to ding Indiana because of their easy schedule. The XM crew called her out and said if Indiana was a major name brand team, they would be number 1 or number 2 with the top 10 offense and defense and a 40-plus winning margin.
Yeah.
Bro, you slap Alabama on that schedule, on the blind, like if you do a blind thing and then you slap Alabama on, Alabama's number 1.
Yeah. Well, like I mean, you could say the same about Penn State. They really haven't played anybody that great.
Yeah, you're not wrong there either. I just like I said, it's just it's annoying stuff sometimes, man. This committee shit, because I feel like there's some bias in it.
Yeah, like I mean, if you're undefeated like 8 weeks into the season in a Big Ten schedule, you deserve to be like up there.
Like, I feel like there should be a moderator in that playoff committee room. Like, I feel like I should have a seat in that room, moderating and like calling people out on their shit.
I mean, the biggest snub of all time was Penn State.
But yeah, I feel like there should be like a moderator in there or something.
I mean, there has to be like some kind of written rules now that there's 12. Like, I know you
Yeah,
can't like write rules, but like,
yeah,
I don't
but
care
like,
what like division or like what conference you're in. If you're undefeated and there's a team with 3 losses, a 3-loss team should not get in over you.
yeah, I know, like that's just outrageous. And but so I'm looking at the like who are the people that are making these decisions? So I'm on the playoff committee thing right now. So we have Chris Alt. Chris Alt. So a little background on him. We're just gonna go through these. Spent 28 years as the head football coach at the University of Nevada. Okay, so he's gonna be deciding who gets ranked where. Let's see this guy. Chet Gladluck served as the director of athletics at the U.S. Naval Academy for 22 years. So tell me something. What does an athletic director know about football and eye test and ranking teams?
I don't even know how you would pick like who does the rankings.
Okay, now, here. Jim Grove, 20 years head coach at University of Ohio, Wake Forest, Baylor. Okay, he might be. Like, I just don't like. He's like having athletic directors in there doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Kelly, Kelly Whiteside spent 14 years at USA Today as a national college football writer and specialized in reporting on the Olympics and the World Cup. Okay. Okay. Like what?
I'm so surprised they even have like their background and shit on there.
Whiteside has been a professor in sports media and journalism at Montclair State University since 2014. We have professors, bro. You know how like some of these professors I had in school are like some of the most brain dead people I've ever came across. All right, let's go. All right, another one. Carla Williams, 7th year as the director of athletics at the University of Virginia.
Isn't Barry Alvarez on there?
Let's see. I think they get a new one every single year.
Oh, really?
Or like, yeah, I don't know. But the thing about the committee that gets me so like, you guys are brain dead and you're so out of touch with reality, is their reasoning on why they left Florida State out. Like,
Why? Because the backup looks shitty.
if you put Florida State and Alabama on a neutral field, who would be favored by Vegas? Like that was one of their like the head of the committee said that on national TV.
I know, but like Georgia would be favored over everybody.
Yeah.
So why isn't Georgia in?
Speaking of Georgia, Beck's thrown like what 11 interceptions in like 5 games.
3 in back-to-back weeks.
Man, he needs to
Lane
get his
finally
priority.
get his signature win.
What?
Was Lane finally get his signature win?
Dude, I forgot. We kind of got a decent slate this weekend. Georgia, Georgia, Ole Miss. Who else plays?
Bama and LSU.
Bama, LSU. Thanks. But this is like I just don't think this group's gonna get it right, man.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to fuck up a 12-team playoff.
They're gonna find a way to fuck it up, dude.
Like, Indiana's probably a lock now. Like, if they only lose to Ohio State, they're going to get in. At least at 12.
You don't know that, though.
Like, Notre Dame is going to get in over them, aren't they? And they're going to have one loss to Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
But they have a win week 1 against Texas A&M. Like,
see,
come on.
look, so here's the thing. I keep on finding myself like trying to rank these teams based off what the bracket's going to look like because I'm like, okay, so the top 4 teams is going to be like one's going to be like Big 10, SEC, Big 12, but like I keep on forgetting like the numbers that show up on the screen tomorrow really don't matter. They do matter, but like in the terms of how they're going to show up on the bracket number wise doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't think having a bye is that advantageous, other than you just don't have to play an extra game.
Well, I'm just saying off the basis of like
Like I'd rather have like a higher non-bye seed so I could play the 14.
well, I'm saying off the basis of like the group of 5 team tomorrow isn't going to be in the top 12.
Oh yeah, I mean
Um,
that's the only team though probably.
and then like the four the top 4 they're going to be from the same conference. It's going to be Big 10 and SEC, but on the bracket it's not going to show up that way.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like interesting just to see how they rank them.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I mean, I don't even know who my top 12 is. Like, I feel like anyone outside the top 4 is just bottom feeder.
I feel like a lot of every team. I don't think there's one like dominant team this year.
I feel like we're going to see some blowouts in the first round.
I don't know, like who would be a blowout?
Uh, they had, and right now in the projections, they have Boise State traveling into Ohio State.
Oh yeah, that would be a blowout.
Um, and then guess who they have playing Ohio State after that? BYU.
Yeah, but BYU ain't gonna win that.
Yeah, I know Colorado's going to be in that spot.
I hope to God they aren't, dude.
Dude, I'm kind of just like rooting for it, but too bad Colorado lost the bye week this week. So what a shame. You know what?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
They lost the bye week.
What are you talking about?
You got to win the bye week, and they lost it.
What happened?
Bro, they had Travis Hunter on a media tour on Saturday.
Oh yeah, he was in Happy Valley for. I've never seen somebody campaign for a Heisman so much.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen it. I mean, he's actually on a media tour, and then now the media like he's gonna wrap it up just from doing a media tour. So, I feel like we talked about a lot, but nothing at the same time.
Yeah, I mean we covered everything.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I probably should have came up with an outline for the recap just to, but anything else?
I mean, I think we covered every game that mattered.
Yep. All right. We'll catch you guys on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Well,
On,
whenever you want to release it. Wednesday
but,
recording.
All right. We'll catch you guys on Wednesday.
Make sure you guys go down and vote.
Yeah, go out to vote. This is the most important election of your lives. And then it's actually, I can't wait because guess what? No more political ads. No more 20 hours of watching football.
Oh, I know.
And seeing the same damn 3 commercials on repeat.
Endorsed by Kamala Harris.
But we will catch you guys on the flip. Peace.